Are you sure about that?
Hello, gamers. Welcome on in. Hello, Zonko. Hello, Iris. It's good to see y'all. Bap! It is me. I am Bap. Yes. Hello. Hello. I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for stopping by. We're gonna play some Portal today. Woohoo! I'm very excited. Eepy, me too. I am also eepy. I wish I had more coffee. Hydrate, I will do that. Thank you, Rosie. Welcome on in. And a stretch. I will do that too. Alrighty, let me stretch. Big stretch. Ugh. Thank you, Rosie. Welcome on in, everyone. I hope you're having a good day today. Yeah, we're gonna play some Portal. I need to adjust my mic. Hold on. This button. My mic is really bothering me. Haha. My eyes! The coffee does nothing! Me too. Me too, Zonko. Yeah, if you want to help me get a new mic, check out my throne. I really need a new one. You can hear how mine sounds. It's not the best. And it's getting worse. Yippee! But yeah, today we're gonna do some Portal. We're gonna finish Portal 1, and then we're gonna start Portal 2. I don't know how far we'll get into that, but I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be real fun. A couple of my favorite games. Yeah. Excited for the portals today? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm always excited for the portals. They're so good. Portal best series real. Very real. Yeah, how about we get into it? How does that sound? How does it sound if we just get into it? Let me switch scenes. Here we are. Gonna mute the song. It's not working. There we go. Okay, it's a game unmuted. Yeah, yes. Alrighty, here we go. Let's get into it. Oh. Okay, I'm ready. We're almost done. We're on the last chamber. Before, you know. And I don't remember how to do this one. Heck yeah. It's true. It's the truth. Nice. It's a fun puzzle, hell yeah. It's very loud for me, but it looks like it's fine for you guys. Okay, what just happened? That thing is moving. Okay. What is going on here? Ah! Sorry, I panicked. Where's my little platform? There it is. No worries, Zonko. Thank you so much for the lurk, friend. I really appreciate it. Oh, why can't I crouch? Why can't I crouch? Man. No! Come back. Can I? Okay, now I can crouch. Yeah, have a great lurk, Zonko. You take care. Whoop! God damn it. God damn it. I am gamer professional. I made it. Let's go. Oh no. Fuck. Okay, I gotta warm up and then I'll be okay. I just gotta warm up. I just gotta warm up a little bit. You know how it is. Oh, get it out of here. Oh shit. Wrong portal. Yeah, I just gotta warm up. It's fine. It's fine. I promise I know how to play video games. I just don't know what to do here. Okay. We do that, apparently. Almost hit me. And then... oh, we got this. And then... what? Huh? Huh? I just fucking died. Oh, the laser hit me. That's goofy. Cake?
Congratulations. The test is now
Oh shit, hold on.
over. All
Oh. Oh fuck, oh fuck. I can't get out of this.
Your technologies remain safely operational up to 4,000 degrees Kelvin. Rest assured that there is absolutely no chance of a dangerous equipment
when the ball hits you and makes you dead. True.
Thank you
Why?
for participating.
Hold on.
Aperture Science computer-aided enrichment activity.
There we go.
Goodbye.
This is my favorite song in the game. Oh shit, oh fuck.
What are you doing? Stop it. We are pleased that you made it through the final challenge where we pretended we were going to murder you. We are very, very happy for your success.
Am I stupid?
We are throwing a party in honor of your tremendous success. Place the device on the ground, then lie on your stomach with your arms at your sides.
No.
The party associate
Hold
will
on.
arrive shortly to collect you.
It is so funky.
Make no
Why can't I go through this
to
door?
leave the testing area. Assume the
Hold
party
on.
escort submission position or you
Oh.
will miss the party.
I see, I see. Oh! I see. Hahaha. I just need to remember that this game is called Portal. It's called Portal. You use portals. That's funny. My stairs! Oh. Oh, we doing a funky dance. Is this the gritty? I'm so fucking old. Oh shit. I am 80. I'm hitting the gritty, as the kids say. Here we are. My mic is dying. Hee-hoo, check out my throne.
Hello? Where are you? I know you're there. I can feel you.
Where do I want to go?
Hello?
Does it matter? Whoop. Into the soup. into the soup. Whee! Aw, hi Void. I hope you sleep well. Thank you for stopping by, friend. I appreciate it. Thank you for shouting out Void. Void is so cool. Oh no! I thought I had it. Okay, is that not what we're supposed to do? I suppose. Oops, I shot the wrong portal. I want to go over there. Go there. Go in the dark. This is soup. This is where no, hold on. This is where I was before. Teddy is staring at you. He seems to like your model. Oh, Teddy! Hi, Teddy. Hi, Teddy. I'm allergic to shoutouts. That sucks. Get an EpiPen, Void. I'm just kidding. I'm just joshing. Oh shit! I didn't jump in time. I fucking suck at this game. How do I call this my favorite game and I'm so fucking bad at it? Jump! Oh, I almost missed. Oh, here we go. Here we go, uppies. Uppies. Must be glass right there or something. Not where I'm supposed to be? Oh, I understand. I understand what I need to do here. I almost missed.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Escaped, you know. You're not even going the right way.
Yeah.
Is anyone there?
Bug. The cake is a lie. Can I go in here? Whee! Cube. No! Goodbye, cube. Oh god, this is disorienting. Go in the hole.
Okay, the test is
Whee!
over now. You win. Go back to the recovery annex for your cake. It was a
Cake.
fun test, and we're all impressed at how much you won. The test is over. Come back.
I want cake.
Somebody cut the cake. I told them to wait for you, but they cut it anyway. So let
Hold on. Oh yeah, we gotta crawl. I am crawling. Okay, this room always trips me up. I go up there, right? How do I do that? Good night, boy. You take care, friend. Ear protection must be worn in this area. That sucks. Wait, there's a... I go that way. How do I get up there? Especially with ears the size of yours. You. Maybe you'd be better at the game if you had an EpiPen. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I gotta go up there. I don't remember how. I don't remember. I told you this room always trips me up. Must have to go, like, here somewhere. There we go. There we go, now we're talking. Oh, move. Hey! GG's. GG's. Boing. Ugh. We're good. Are we good? Ah. We are good. Oh, we're loading. We're good.
You're not even going the right way. Where do you think you're going?
What's up here?
Because I don't think you're going where you think you're going.
We'll see. We'll see, GLaDOS. I hear turrets. I think. Unless that was GLaDOS saying hello. I don't fucking know. Ah. It was very quiet. The hell? Bonk. Okay. Oh. That's fine. Um. How do I get up there? Oh. Whee! Whee! Oh. It's not where I need to be. Oh, yes. Is this where I need to be? I think so. The PS5 right here. I'm such a gamer. Beans! I love beans. Beans! This is not where I'm supposed to be, is it? Beans! What the fuck? Okay. Do I need to go over there? I never remember how this fucking game goes. No, this is where I was before. Oh, an ad's starting soon. Oh, do I need to go up there? I am stupid. Stupid. Okay. I think I understand. Oh, get off. Oh. So glad there's no fall damage in this game. This is where I'm supposed to be. There's a game where you do absolutely nothing. Yeah, it's called League of Legends. I'm just kidding. I'm half kidding. That's a game where you're inflicted with toxicity while you do nothing. Yeah.
Didn't we have some fun, though? Remember when the platform was sliding into the fire pit and I said goodbye?
Bye. And you were like, no way.
And then I was off. We pretended we were going to murder you. That was great.
That was great. I loved that, GLaDOS.
Is anyone there?
Is there a game where you do absolutely nothing though? I'm sure there is. But I was just doing a bit. Don't get squashed. Oh, I missed. Don't get squashed. I got squashed.
Didn't we have some fun?
There's a game that takes 400 days to complete because of the timer. Oh my god. No way.
Pretended we were going to murder you. That was great.
There we go. Oh my god. What's going on here?
Is anyone there?
It's called Nothing. Never heard of it, but that's what it says on the Steam page. But it's also a horror game. Interesting. I have a game called Everything. It's very weird. I might stream it one day. Also, hi, Kit. I don't think I said hi to you, but hello, Kit. It's good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Sorry about that. My brain... This is my brain on puzzle games. Beep, beep, beep. Beep. Excuse me. Where am I supposed to fucking go? Finally got your test scheduled? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm proud of you, friend. I hope that goes well. I believe in you. I know you got this. Just typed a few minutes ago, so don't worry. Okay. Wow. Wow. Hello, Dano. Oh, shit. Welcome on in, friend. It's good to see you. I hope you are doing well. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Do I have to sling myself? No. Do I fling myself? I do fling myself. Oh god.
You really shouldn't be here. This isn't safe for you. It's not too late for you to turn back. I'm not angry.
Oh, portal.
Just go back to the test
Oh, it did
area.
work. Over here. Thank you, Ratman. Yeah, Blowdy Dana, welcome on in, friend. It's good to see you. We're just finishing up Portal here. Oh, ad break starting in 1 minute. My god, there's a lot going on. Hold on, my chat's being weird. There we go. Bortle. Yeah, we're doing some Bortle today. Where do I go? I have to get up higher, I'm pretty sure. This room also always confuses me. Also, like, what are all these little mashy things that GLaDOS has? Why? Just big pistons? What is the purpose? Why not? Hill Chell. Those are the purpose. Who crush wall. Yes. They're flattening panels. I know there's something that I'm not seeing. Shit. So I have been stuck in this chamber before. And I'm never sure where I need to go. Oh, I was just hoping I'd land on something. Ad break. See y'all soon. Oh, what the fuck? The hell? My leg. That's not what I meant to do. Oh god, oh god. Okay. No. No. We're doing this all wrong. I know there's a bit of white that I have to shoot up there. Hey Tibbs, welcome on in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I'm just struggling with Portal right now. This wants me over there. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a good ad. Is this what it wants? Did I hit it? No, I didn't. No, I missed it again. I need to get up high. All I know is the background music was good. Fair. I also always forget how to solve this one, and I feel... Yeah, I would love a hint, Iris. Please. Up and over? I'm working on that. I'm working on it. And I'm squished. Okay, where is my last portal? I think I want to be up here. No, I want to be up there. Ah! Did you see it? Demo, my latest subscriber. There we fucking go. God damn it. Hold on. I need to tab out to do my expressions. The Source Engine ragdoll sound? Yeah. Wait, hold on. I did this last time. Blue. Get off of there. Get off of there. Get off. Orange. Oh, am I out? Yeah, yes, we did it. I think. Maybe. Go down here. Yeah, yes. frustrated, Matcha. Yeah, hold on. I'm not frustrated anymore. Yippee! We did it. We did it. Oh, soup. GLaDOS, your voice lines aren't working, babe. Okay.
It's funny, actually, when you think about it. Someday we'll remember this and laugh, and laugh, and laugh. Oh boy. Well, you may as well come on back.
I'm also not very good at this part. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. That's fine. Boing, 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 boing. Oh, into the soup. Boop.
You should have
Boop.
turned left before. It's funny, actually, when you think
Whee!
about it.
Oh, I didn't time it right.
Remember this and laugh, and laugh, and laugh. Oh boy.
Ugh.
Well, you may as well come on.
Soup. I like how GLaDOS is still talking when I'm dead. She has no clue. Thank you for banning that bot, Iris.
You should have turned left before. It's funny, actually, when you think about it. Someday we'll remember this and laugh, and laugh, and laugh.
There we go. We'll laugh, and laugh, and laugh. Hello. She just needs to get her feelings out, yeah. Oh, we're loading. Okay. What's in here? Another PS5? Swoop. There's no camera back there. She's assuming you're still alive. True. Very true. Soup. What equipment? Wall? What are you talking about? Oh, this equipment. Boop, turret time. I think. Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Deploying. Searching. I don't hate this. Who is that?
Hello, brother.
Hey.
Oh, shit. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. Boop.
Are you still there?
Hello.
Put me down.
Yeet. Come on,
Are you
get
still
got.
there?
Boop. Boop. I hear a radio.
You're not a good person. You know that,
Whoa.
right? Searching. Good people.
I didn't notice that guy. You can interact with that claw? Let me kill this guy first. Can you hear me?
Please put me down. Are you still?
Come on, die.
Searching.
I must be out of range. Okay, this is the Oracle turret.
Who are you?
I thought that was in Portal 2. So he's freaking out right now.
Put me down.
He was here first? Oh, well, he's coming with me then. Grab him. Don't fall. Ba. He's borked and I'm unable to fire, which is why he ends up in Turret Redemption Portal 2. Interesting. Now where the fuck do I go? Yeah, I didn't know that. Oh, over there. How do I get over there? Oh, do I have to jump? Boing. Come on, buddy. Hello.
No hard feelings.
Aren't there more turrets in here? I don't remember. I forgore. Okay. Bling you and stuff. Sorry, turret. I'm leaving you behind now. No worries, Iris. Take care, friend. And thank you so much for sticking around and stopping by. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a good lurk. Fuck.
Hey,
Yeah, have
Vsauce.
Oh.
Michael here.
Thank you, Iris. Have a good lurk, friend. Nice, we did it. Gamer.
This is your fault. It didn't have to be like this. I'm not kidding now. Turn back or I will kill you.
Beep. Oh fuck.
I'm going to kill you. And all the cake is gone. You don't even care, do you? This is your last chance.
Shoot. Over here. Thanks, buddy. Oh god, that's really flashy. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. What does that say? Contaminated area. Let's fucking go. Alrighty. Over here. Back into the flash zone. Alrighty, hopefully that worked. Let's go. Bad flashies, yeah. Oh. Okay. Back into the flash zone. Hello. That worked. Cube. Cube. Huh? Yeah, I think so. Thanks. Here's the cube. Oh, cube too thick to fit through door. Okay, there we go. Thank Thank you for your service, Cube. Stuck. There we go. Rolling in the vents. It's like Among Us. Soup. Oh, loading. Sus. Soup. I wish I had some soup right now. I'm getting hungry. Oh, now we're in the soup. For real, for real. God, I hate the noise that the soup makes. Hello, radio. Slopped up. I know. It's horrible. I'll get out of it as soon as I can, I promise. Oh, here we go. Ah! I'm dead. This is fun. Oh no, oh no. How do I do this before? Okay. Calm down. Got his ass. That room's stressful, I know. It's so stressful. Hello, bitch. Have a good lurk, Kit. Thank you for stopping by, friend. You take care.
Who are you?
Yeah, you take care, friend. Much love. Oh, there's no one in this one.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. Hello. One in here. Hello.
You go. Please put me down.
Okay.
Wow.
Hello.
Deploying. Hey.
Into the soup. Last one. One up there. Oh no, it's over there. Into the soup. Hello.
Help. Malfunctioning. Checking.
Poor little guys. Alright. We are going up there. So. Let's go up there and take a little peek at things. Bonk. Fuck. Oh, I need a quick stretchy stretch. Ugh. Okay. Okay. I wonder if this works. Wonder if I can get enough momentum here. No, I cannot. Hmm. One there. One here. And I can't make it. I need to... Oh, fuck. Get into this. I need to get up even higher somehow. Hmm. I don't know why I did that. Okay. Let's go back in here. And then... orange. Blue. Come on. Shit. I can do this. Let's go. I'm saving. Oh!
Activated.
Got him. Woo! Yeah. Oh! Oh, he's still going. He's still going. Gotta get up there, I guess. Cool. We did it. So gamer. I'm so gamer. Let's go. This bridge definitely won't collapse on me. I'm thinking of the second game. Hell yeah. We did it. Let's go, let's go. Oh shit, here we are. Good thing I saved recently. Alright. Ad is starting soon. Nah, I'm gonna skip it. Okay. Whew, we got this.
Well, you found me. Congratulations. Was it worth it? Because despite your violent behavior, the only thing you've managed to break so far is my heart. Maybe you could settle for that and we'll just call it a day. I guess we both know that isn't going to happen. You chose this path. Now I have a surprise for you. Deploying surprise in 5, 4... Time out for a second. That wasn't supposed to happen. Do you see that thing that fell out of me? What is that? It's not
Mine
a
now.
surprise. I've never seen it before. Never mind. It's a mystery I'll solve later.
Goofy looking cores.
Because you'll be dead. Where are you taking that thing?
Don't worry about it,
I
Gladys.
wouldn't bother with that thing. My guess is that touching it will just make your life even worse somehow.
Whoop. Oh. Slam dunk.
You're kidding me.
Slam dunk.
Just up that aperture science thing.
We don't know what it does. Into an aperture science
Emergency intelligence
incinerator?
Yeah,
That
yes.
has to be the dumbest thing that. Whoa.
Oh shit.
Good news. I figured out what that thing you just incinerated did. It was a morality core they installed after I flooded the enrichment center with a deadly neurotoxin to make me stop flooding the enrichment center with a deadly neurotoxin. So get comfortable while I warm up the neurotoxin emitters.
Oops. Alright, we got 5 minutes. Kitty, welcome! Welcome. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Welcome. It's Kitty time. Yeah, it has been a while. I hope you're doing really well. Sorry, I paused because we're about to start the GLaDOS fight and I only got 5 minutes. But yeah, it's good to see you. Also, I want to skip the ad that's gonna start soon. Bored on shift, valid. Work sucks. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Alright. Let's start this.
Responsibilities. I can't shut off the turret defenses. Oh well. If you want my advice, you should just lie down in front of a rocket. Trust me.
Damn it. I guess I did lay down in front of a rocket, huh? I didn't get out in time.
While I warm up the neurotoxin emitters.
I never remember where to
That core may have had
place
some
things
ancillary
at first.
responsibilities. I can't shut off the turret
That's
defenses.
why.
Oh well. If you want my advice, you should just lie down in front of a rocket. Trust me. It'll be a lot less painful than the neurotoxin. Alright. Keep doing whatever it is you think you're doing. Killing you and giving you good advice aren't mutually exclusive. The
Where's your
rocket really
frickin'
is the way to
laser?
go. That thing you dreamt of is
That didn't even hit
important
the
to me.
portal.
It's the fluid catalytic cracking unit. It makes shoes for orphans.
This is not going well.
Nice job breaking it, hero.
Will that hit her?
This isn't brave. It's murder.
Whoa,
What did I
bruh.
ever do to you? The difference between us is that I can feel pain. You don't even care, do you?
It's not working.
Did you hear me? I said you don't care. Are you listening?
Bro. I'm gonna die. You just want to rest? Fair. I'm sorry, Kitty.
I'm reasoning with you. Starting now, there's going to be a lot less conversation and
Yeah, I do need to
more
hit GLaDOS. I'm just really struggling. I'm really missing a lot, and I'm not sure where to aim them.
What was
Aim
that?
here.
Did you say something? I sincerely hope you weren't expecting a response, because I'm not talking to you.
Oh,
The
come
talking is
on.
over.
Come on. No. That's gonna miss too. Shit. Fuck. My ad is starting. That sucks. News. I'm restarting this. I'm really struggling with this fight. Oh my god. Okay.
While I warm
Let's
up
relax.
the neurotoxin emitters.
Just relax.
Oh, that core may have had some ancillary responsibilities. I can't shut off the turret defenses. Oh well. If you want my advice, you should just lie down in front of a rocket. Trust me. It'll be a lot less painful than the neurotoxin. Alright. Keep doing whatever it is you think you're doing. Killing you and giving you good advice aren't mutually exclusive. The rocket really is the way to go. That thing you burned up isn't important to me. It's the fluid catalytic cracking unit.
Right.
It makes shoes for orphans. Nice job breaking it, hero. This isn't brave. It's murder. What did I ever do to you? The difference between us is that I can feel pain.
Wow, I really
You
suck
don't
at
even
this.
care, do you?
I know it was so close. I'm
Did you
getting
hear
really
me? I
frustrated.
said you don't care. Are you listening?
Wait, hold on. I'm stupid.
That's it. I'm done reasoning with you. Starting now, there's going to be a lot less
No, now
conversation
that's
and
not.
a lot.
Oh, finally. Yoink.
Who are you?
Who are you?
What was that? Did you say something? I sincerely hope you weren't expecting a response, because I'm not talking to you. The talking is over.
I don't know why I brought this guy with me. I didn't have to do that.
You think you're doing some damage?
2 plus 2 is...
In phase 4, I'm fine.
She's fine.
I let
She's
you
fine.
survive this long because I was curious
Come
about
on.
your behavior. Well,
That's a miss.
you've managed to destroy that part of me. Unfortunately, as much as I'd love to,
Come on,
I
get her.
can't get the neurotoxin.
No!
back
That went
any
right through her.
faster.
That was bullshit.
I'd just like to point out that you were given every opportunity to succeed. There was even going to be a party for you. A big party that all your friends were invited to. I invited your best friend.
There we go. Okay, okay.
Come because you murdered him. All your other friends couldn't
Where is he?
come either because you don't have any other friends. Because
Wait,
of
did
how
I-
unlikable
did that not
you
hit her?
are. It says so right here in your personnel file. Unlikable. Liked by no one.
Where is it?
A bitter,
Oh, okay, there it is.
unlikable loner whose passing shall not be mourned. Shall not be mourned. That's exactly what it says. Very formal. Very official.
Hello?
Also says you
Oh,
were
I dropped him.
adopted. So that's funny too.
Okay, okay, okay.
Speaking of curiosity, you're curious about what
Okay,
happens
okay,
after you
okay.
die, right? Guess what?
Ah!
I know. You're going to find out firsthand before I finish. Neurotoxin. So deadly. Joking. When I said deadly neurotoxin, the deadly was in massive sarcasm quote. I could take a bath of this stuff, put it on CD.
There we go.
Little.
Okay, okay.
To me.
You, on the other hand, are going to find its deadliness a lot less funny.
Ah!
Who's gonna make the cake when I'm gone? You. Look, you're wasting your time. And believe
Oh
me,
my god.
you don't have a whole lot left to waste. What's your point anyway? Survival. Well then, the last thing
Oh, I got it.
is hurt me.
I got it, 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 I got it.
Apparently backed up in case
We got the
something
feral core.
happens to it, which it's just about to.
Don't believe me? Here, I'll put you on. That's you. That's how dumb
Hold on, I need to snooze the ad again.
you sound.
You've been wrong about every single thing you've ever done, including this.
Did we do it? Is that it? Did we do it?
You're not even a full-time employee.
Where did your
Let's
life
go!
Trying to escape.
Things have changed since the last time we met.
I think that was the longest this fight's ever taken me. Wow, we did it though. Let's fucking go. Exactly at 3 p.m. True. That's fun. There she goes. Oh, there I go. Feral core. Yeah, it's going like. Sorry about that noise that I just made. Feral much. Whoopee! Whoopee, whoopee, whoopee. Also, GLaDOS is there.
Thank you for assuming the party escort submission position.
Thank you for assuming the party escort submission position. Let's go. I need some water. I haven't drank water in an hour. My aesthetic is feral core. Me too. Man, what a great game. A cake! Spin! And my friend Cube is here! Yay! I'm so happy. I love this game so much. Oh, and now it's my VOD's gonna get muted, so I'll see you all VOD watchers on the other side.
I'm making a note here.
Huge success.
It's
Hard to overstate my satisfaction. I'm not gonna sing the whole song.
Aperture science. We do what we must.
It's such a good game. I was telling my wife earlier that it's I feel weird playing like the same games on stream over and over, but they make me happy. And other people seem to like watching them, so. And Portal is a classic. So good. If it makes you happy, who cares? Exactly. That's basically what my wife said.
I'm being so sincere right now.
Oh,
Even though you broke my heart and killed me, I'm torn into pieces, and threw every piece into a fire. As they burned, it hurt because I was so happy for you.
hold
All
on.
these points of data make a beautiful.
I don't think I can exit without messing up the credits, so I was gonna do something fun with my model.
Think of all the things we learned for the people who are still alive. Go ahead and leave me. I think I prefer to stay inside.
Or GLaDOS.
Maybe you'll find someone else to help you.
I could fix her.
Maybe Black Mesa.
I could fix her.
That was a joke.
Listen to me.
Have that chance.
Listen to me.
Anyway,
I could fix her.
steak is great. It's so delicious
I could fix her.
and moist. Look at me still talking when there's science to do. When I look out there, it makes me glad I'm not you. I've experiments to run. There is research to be done on the people who are still alive. And believe me, I am still alive.
Oh,
I'm doing
ad starting in 1 minute.
still alive.
I believe in you. Thank you. Thank you, Dana.
While you're dying, I'll be still alive. And when you're dead, I will be still alive. Still alive. Still alive.
Hell yeah. And we got some cake. Oh, sorry, I have a hangnail. Okay. Well, we beat it. Ugh. We beat it. We did it. Debating on taking a break or if I should just hop right into Portal 2. Because my butt kind of hurts. I kind of want to stand up and take a break. What do you guys think? Do you think we should take a break before we hop into Portal 2? Break is good, well-deserved break time. That's true, I have been streaming for an hour. I always feel bad, like, My streams are so short that like I feel bad taking breaks like every hour. But like I need them. My body hurts so bad. I need to break. Yeah, that's true. Alright, let's take a break. I'm just gonna quit Portal, and then we're gonna get some tunes going. Am I still blushing? No, I'm not. Oh, ad starting. Okay. I'm gonna launch Portal 2 so that it's ready for when I come back. I'm gonna fight you if you don't take a break. I will take a break, I promise. I just wanna make things easy for myself when I get back. Alright. Reloading. Okay. That's good to go. Music is good to go. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna go play some words on stream. And we'll meet back here in a little bit. So take care, everyone. Have a great break. And I'll see you soon. BRB.
Hey, Vsauce! Michael here.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you had a good break. Did you change your name on Discord? I can't find you in the Happy Family. I'm not sure if I'm actually in that server anymore. Yeah, I don't think I'm in that one anymore, unfortunately. I think I just got too many pings. Sorry. Um, ad starting soon. I'll skip it. I'll skip it. Hi Rosie. Welcome back. Hope you had a good break. Thank you so much. I did have a good break. I might do it. They have tons. Yeah. Excuse me. I have nothing against anyone in that server. It's just I have anxiety when I get a lot of pings from one server. It's stressful, even with the settings that I have on. But yeah, yeah, we're gonna play some Portal 2. I'm super excited. I think everything's good to go, so let's hop into the game. Mind if I add you or whispering me on here? You can join my Discord server if you would like to. Um, I don't ping at everyone all the time. uh, but only if you want to. No obligation. I don't think you're in the Discord server, so only if you want to join. In far too many, but I can use that to grab you to DM real quick. No worries. No worries. That sounds good. Alrighty, let's hop into some Portal 2. And the game's not capturing. Oh, I don't think I captured it. No, I didn't capture it. That's why. Now will it work? You're gonna get jump scared by music. Oh, there we go. Related to the pin? Oh, okay. Okay. I see. Yeah, go for it. Hold on. Let me add you real quick. um, alrighty. And then hold on, let me put the music back on while I answer you. So I gotta check something real quick. Hold on. Okay. Um, sorry, sorry, I'm focusing. I have derailed stream within minutes. My power is boundless. No worries. No worries. Ah! Oh my goodness, Sparks. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Jammin'? Yes, that's a really cute emote. Sparks, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we can talk about what you'd like for art after stream. Heck yeah. Thank you, thank you. Jacques, welcome on in. Oh no, an ad. I couldn't skip that one. Bug. Jacques, welcome on in. What's the mic command? It's what's pinned. Oh my god, I've been so brain derailed. The mic one just links to my mic. It's my mic on Throne. Yeah. Okay, should we play some Portal? Let's get started with some Portal. Single player, new game, courtesy call. Play. Play. Let's go. Alrighty. But yeah, welcome on in, everyone. If you don't follow Jacques, go follow Jacques. I can't spell his name, but you should follow him. Jacques worked on my model. Isn't it pretty? He did such a good job. I'm in love with it. And chat loves it too. I'm putting words in your mouth, chat, but you love it.
Good morning. You have been in suspension
really
for
loud.
50 days. In compliance with state and federal regulations, all testing candidates in the Aperture Science Extended Relaxation Center must be revived periodically for a mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise. You will hear
I
a
love
buzzer.
it, Jacques.
When
Thank
you hear
you.
the buzzer, look up at the ceiling.
Hold on. It's really loud for me. I'm gonna turn it down to like there.
Good. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look down at the floor.
Yeah, I love the new model.
This
Everyone
completes
else loves the
gymnastic
model.
portion of your
I'm so
mandatory
happy.
Physical and mental wellness exercise. There is a framed painting on the
Alright, hold on. My chat's not working. On this screen. Hold on. Good. Yes. Portal 2, welcome back, Dano. Of course, Jacques. Yeah, I will. And thank you again. I really appreciate it.
Please go stand in front of it.
Oh, the painting.
This is art. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, stare at the art.
I am looking.
You should now feel mentally reinvigorated.
I'm enriched.
If you suspect staring at art has not provided the required intellectual sustenance, reflect briefly on this classical music.
Of course. Thank you,
Good.
Jacques. Thank you,
Now,
thank you.
please return to your bed.
I love my community so much. Everyone in chat and everyone who works on my assets.
Good morning.
I love
You have
I
been
love
in
y'all.
suspension for 99999.
9.
Anyone in there?
I don't want to answer the door. Not classical
Can I open the
music.
door?
No.
To have exercised his or her rights
Hello?
to remain-
Hold on. I need to adjust the volume a smidge. You know me and adjusting the volume a smidge.
Ha! Ah! Oh,
Hello,
God.
Wheatley.
You look good. Looking good, actually. Are you okay? Are you? Don't answer that.
Oh,
I'm not
God,
sure you're
this
fine.
guy.
There's plenty of time for you to recover. Just take it slow.
Please prepare for emergency evacuation.
Stay calm. Stay calm. Prepare. That's all I'm saying. Prepare. It's all fine. All right. Don't move.
I
gonna
love
get us
this
out of
game
here.
so
Oh,
much.
you might want to hang on to something. Word of advice.
The
Back to
Jacques
you.
2 model. Yeah, Jacques worked on my 3D model. He did the rigging, I believe,
Alright,
and the
down there.
texturing.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Textures, yeah. Hold on. There are the credits.
Most test subjects do experience some cognitive deterioration after a few months in
Okay.
suspension.
Hello.
Now, you've been under for quite a lot longer, and it's not out of the question that you might have a very minor case of serious brain damage. But don't be alarmed, all right? Although if you do feel
Oh.
alarmed, try to hold on to that feeling because that is the proper
Yeah, how we
reaction
doing,
to being
chat?
told that
We
you've got
we
brain
feeling good
Do you
after the
understand
break?
what
I'm
I'm
feeling
saying?
good.
At all? Does any of this
I'm
make
feeling
any
good.
sense?
I'm ready
Just
for
tell me,
Portal.
just say yes.
Nice, he did such a good job. I know, it's so beautiful.
Okay, what you're doing there is jumping. You just jumped. But never
Didn't
mind.
even know there was
Say
a break. You got here right at the end of my break, I think.
Okay, you know what? That's close enough. Just hold tight.
Yeah, right at the end.
All reactor core
Right as I was
safeguards
getting
are
back
now
to my computer.
non-functional. Please prepare for reactor core meltdown.
Alright, let's go.
Okay, look, I wasn't going to mention this to you, but I'm in pretty hot water here. How you doing down there?
I need to adjust the volume again. I'm so sorry. Have I mentioned that I have OCD? Diagnosed, baby.
You still holding on?
Well, it doesn't
The
matter if you have a
reserve power
diagnosis or
ran out,
not, but
so of course the whole relaxation center
the
starts
doctor's
waking
like,
up
you
with
have
the
OCD
test
real bad. And I'm like, thanks.
Hold on, this is a bit tricky. And of course, nobody tells me anything. No, why should you tell me anything? Why should I be kept informed? You know, about the life functions of the 10,000 bloody test subjects I'm supposed to be in charge of.
Oh, I need some water.
Guys, can you see?
I filled my water bottle.
I'm gonna make it through. Have I got enough space? Just gotta get through here. Okay, I just gotta concentrate. And whose fault do you think it's gonna be when the management comes down here and finds 10,000 flipping vegetables? Alright, see, no, I hit that one.
Wheatley, you're a horrible driver.
Okay, listen, we should get our story straight, alright? If anyone asks, and no one's gonna ask, don't worry, but if anyone
That
asks,
emote is so
tell
cute.
them as far as you know, the last time you checked, everyone looked pretty much alive, alright? Not
Pretty much
dead.
alive.
Okay, almost there. On
Alright,
the
here
other
we
side
go.
of that wall is one of the old testing tracks. There's a piece of equipment in there that we're gonna need to
go.
get out of here. I think this is a docking station. Get ready.
Let's go. Bonk.
Good news. That is not a docking station.
Big hole in the
So
floor
there's
right
one
here.
mystery solved. I'm going to attempt a manual override on this wall. Could get a bit technical.
Manual
Hold on.
override.
Almost there. Remember, you're looking for a gun that makes holes. Not bullet holes, but don't worry, you'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
Seriously,
I got
hold
it.
on this time.
I got you. I got you, Wheatley.
There we go.
Whee.
Now, I'll be honest, you are probably in no fit state to run this particular type
Okay.
of cognitive gauntlet. But at least you're a good jumper. So you got
I'm
that
so good at
jumping on your
jumping.
side. Just do your best, and I'll meet you up ahead.
Okay. Whee.
Good luck.
Thank you, Wheatley.
Hello, and again, welcome to the Aperture Science Enrichment
Bang,
Center.
bang. Oh.
We are currently experiencing technical difficulties.
Bang, bang,
due to
bang, bang, bang,
circumstances
bang.
of potentially apocalyptic significance beyond our control.
Oh, good. I can
However,
zoom in this
thanks
one.
to emergency testing protocols, testing can continue. These pre-recorded messages will provide instructional and motivational support so that science can still be done,
Vine
even
boom.
in the event of
Hold on, hold on.
environmental, social, economic, or structural collapse.
Needed 2 hands for
The
this.
portal will open, and emergency testing will begin in 3, 2, 1.
One more time. One more time. I thought Wheatley said something completely different. Oh dear. I'm leaving. No! That's fine.
Cube and button-based testing remains an important tool for science.
I understand,
even
Jock.
in a dire emergency. If cube and button-based testing cause this emergency, don't worry. The odds of this happening twice are
Whee!
very slim.
Explosive toilet. Is that what Skibidi Toilet's about? I've never actually watched the whole thing. I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
If you feel liquid running down your neck, relax, lie on your back, and apply
I have no
immediate
idea.
pressure to your
Yeah,
temples.
I don't know.
You are simply experiencing a rare reaction in
I
which
don't
the
know.
material emancipation grill may have emancipated the ear tubes inside your head.
I've seen it and it still makes no sense. The kids are weird, man. It's okay though. I'm old. Man.
Good. Because of the technical difficulties we are currently experiencing, your test environment is unsupervised. Before re-entering a relaxation vault at the conclusion of testing, please
I'm
take a moment
19
to
and I
write
don't
down
know what the
results
fuck
of your
that's about,
test. An
man.
Aperture Science Reintegration Associate will revive you for an interview
I'm so
when society
old.
has been rebuilt.
I'm so old, you guys. I'm so old.
If the Earth is currently governed by a manner of animal king, sentient cloud, or other governing body that either refuses to or is incapable of listening to reason.
Listening to reason. Wheatley, are you in here?
Hey, you made it.
Hello.
There should
Hello,
be
mate.
a portal device on that podium over there.
Ready?
I can't see it, though.
Boing.
Whoa! Hello? Can you see the portal gun? Also,
Almost
are you
19?
alive? That's important. Should have asked that first.
Rosie birthday soon.
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to work on the assumption that you're still alive, and I'm just going to wait for you up ahead.
Rosie birthday
I'll
soon.
wait 1 hour, then I'll come back, and assuming I can locate your dead body,
I love the
I'll
art
bury
in
you.
here.
Alright, brilliant. Go team! See you in an hour, hopefully. If you're not dead.
Hey. God, I love this game. It's so good. Yeah, happy early birthday, Rosie. Happy early birthday. Of course, friend.
Some emergency testing may require prolonged interaction with lethal military androids. Rest assured that all lethal military androids have been taught to read and provided with one copy of the laws of robotics.
To share.
Good. If you feel that a lethal military android has not respected your rights as detailed in the laws of robotics, please note it on your self-reporting form. A future Aperture Science Entitlement Associate will initiate the appropriate grievance filing paperwork.
Oh, I'm so excited. I love this game so much. Okay.
This next test is very dangerous. To
It's
help you
so
remain
good.
tranquil in the face of almost certain death,
Boing.
smooth jazz will be deployed.
Yes,
in 3,
jazz.
2, 1.
No, my jazz. No, my jazz. Alrighty. Alrighty. Yoink. Yep. There we go. And the other one down here. Go up there. Grab it. Easy.
Great work. Because this message is pre-recorded, any observations related to your performance are speculation on our part. Please disregard any undeserved compliments.
Broken glass. Right into my long fall boots. Oh. I need to make it so that every time I zoom in, it does a vine boom. I don't know if I can do that, though. No worries, Rosie. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great day, friend. Thank you for stopping by. You take care. You take care. Alright, let's go. Whee! Let's go. Alrighty. I don't know how long I'll be streaming today. But I want to get into Portal 2 a little bit.
If the Enrichment Center is currently being bombarded with fireballs, meteorites, or other objects from space, please avoid unsheltered testing areas wherever a lack of shelter from space debris does not appear to be a deliberate part of the test.
Whee! Okay, alright. Here, this one's a little more complicated. What did I do? What's this? Okay. Cube. Okay. What does this do? That opens the door. Oh, sorry, I got disoriented. I want to do that. Oh no. Oh! Yeet. Beautiful.
Well done.
Hell
the
yeah.
Enrichment Center reminds you that although circumstances may appear bleak, you are not alone. All Aperture Science personality constructs will remain functional in apocalyptic, low-power environments of as few as 1.1 volts.
I hope GLaDOS is here. GLaDOS. He's so pretty.
This next test applies the principles of momentum to movement through portals. If the
Speedy
laws of
thing
physics
goes
no
in,
longer apply in the
speedy
future,
thing comes
God
out.
help you.
Yeet. Yeet. Oh, I like the bird noises. What's over here? Oh, that's where I came in. Whee! Oop.
If you are a non-employee who has discovered this facility amid the ruins of civilization, welcome. And
Welcome.
remember, testing is the future, and
And the future starts with you. Yeet. I know this game very well. But also, I have a shit memory. It's the best of both worlds. Oh, I just missed. Okay. Bang. Let's
Good
go.
work getting this far, future starter. That said, if you are simple-minded, old, or irradiated in such a way that the future
I'm
should not start
simple-minded.
with you, please return to your primitive tribe and send back someone better qualified for testing.
I am simple-minded. And I live in a spam folder. I am computer.
To ensure that sufficient power remains for core testing protocols, all safety devices
Okay.
have been disabled. The Enrichment Center respects your right to have questions or concerns about this policy.
Hey! Oi, oi!
Oh, oi.
There!
Oi.
Brilliant! You did find a portal gun!
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? It just goes to show people with brain damage
Whee.
are the real heroes in the end, aren't they, at the end of the day? Brave. Pop a portal on that wall behind me there, and I'll meet you on the other side of the room.
Okay. Hello.
Okay, listen, let me lay something on you here. It's pretty heavy. They told me never, never, ever to disengage myself from my management rail or I would die. But we're out of options here. So
Uh-oh.
get ready to catch me, all right, on the off chance that I'm not dead the moment I pop off this thing. On 3.
I got you,
Ready?
buddy.
1, 2, 3. That's high. It's too high, isn't it? Really, that. All right, going on 3 just gives you too much time to think about it. Let's go on 1 this time. Okay, ready? 1. Catch me, catch! Ow!
Oh no, he fell.
I am not dead.
That sucks.
I'm not dead. Plug me into that stick on the wall over there, yeah? And I'll show you something.
Alright, where?
I'm impressed by this.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I can't do it if you're watching.
Okay, whatever.
Seriously, I'm not joking. Could you just turn around for a second?
Sure.
Alright, you can turn around now. Bam!
Alright.
Secret panel. Not open. While you're back
Secret panel.
And off we go. Look at this! No rail to tell us where to go.
Hell yeah.
Oh, this is brilliant. We can go wherever we want. Just hold on though, where are
Whee!
we? Hang on, let me just get my bearings. Just follow the rail actually. Oh,
Look, turrets.
Yes, hello, no, we're not stopping.
Hello.
Don't make eye contact, whatever you do. No, thanks, we're good. Appreciate it. Keep moving, keep moving.
Alright, gamers, we're cruising through this game. We're cruising through, and I'm having a lot of fun. I hope you are too. Thank you for being here, hanging out with me today.
Probably ought to bring you up to speed on something right now.
Doing some cozy
In order
portal.
to escape, we're going to have to go through her
Oh.
chamber. And
There it is.
she will probably kill us if she's awake. If you want to just call it quits, and we could just sit here forever, that's an option. Option A, sit
That's
here,
such a
do
cutie
nothing.
emote, I
Option
love
B,
it.
go through there, and if she's alive, she'll almost certainly kill us. Okay,
Let's go.
I'm gonna lay my cards on the table. I don't want to do it. I don't want to go in there. Don't,
We're
don't
going
go
in.
there. She's off. She's off. Don't panic over. She's off. All fine. On we go.
Her.
There she is. What a nasty piece of work she was, honestly. Like a
Look
proper
at her.
maniac. Do you know
I
who ended
can't-
up
I can't
coming
put it
around
down.
and taking her down in the end? You're not going to believe this. A human. I know. I wouldn't have believed it either. Apparently this human escaped and nobody's seen him since. Then there was a sort of long chunk of time where absolutely nothing happened. And then there's us escaping now. So that's pretty much the whole story. You're up to speed.
Hell
Don't
yeah.
touch me.
That's the whole story. That's
Okay,
it.
Down these stairs.
That's everything.
Jump!
Oh boy!
Actually.
Whee!
Oh, still held. Still being held. That's a great job. You've
Still holding you,
We're
buddy.
all fine. That's
I
tremendous.
got you, Wheatley.
I just looked down. I do
Look
not
down.
recommend
Oh!
it. Ah, I've just done it again.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. It's very,
This
very
is the main breaker room. Look for a switch that says escape
scary.
pod. All right,
I
don't
can't
touch
go
anything
back.
else. Not interested in anything else. Don't touch anything else.
Um,
don't even look at anything else.
No, I
Just-
don't
well,
see
obviously got to look
anything.
at everything else to find the escape pod. But as soon as you look at something and it doesn't say escape pod, look at something else. Look at the next thing. All right, but don't touch anything else or look at anything. Well, look at other things, but don't. You understand?
I
Can you see
understand.
it anywhere?
No.
I can't see it anywhere. Tell you what, plug me in and I'll turn the lights on.
Alright. Oop.
Let there be light. That's God. It's quoting God. Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Turning.
Beam.
Ominous. But probably fine, as long as it doesn't start, moving up. Now. Escape pod.
Uh-oh.
Escape pod. This is moving
Uh-oh.
up. Okay, no, don't worry, I've got it. This should slow it down. No, makes it go faster.
Whee!
Uh-oh.
Power up initiated.
Her.
Okay, don't panic. All right, stop panicking. I can still stop this. Oh, there's a password. Okay, it's fine. I'll just hack it. It's not a problem. A. Okay. A. C. Wait, did I do B? Do you have a pen? Start writing.
Look
things
at
down.
her.
I don't. Okay.
Look at her.
Right, new plan. Act natural. Act natural. Do nothing more. Hello.
Oh, it's you.
Hello.
It's been a long time. How have you been? I've been really busy being dead. You know, after you
Excuse me.
murdered me.
You did what? Ah.
Aw, shit.
Oh no! No! Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Okay, look, we both said a lot of things that you're going to regret. But I think we can put our differences behind us. For science, you monster.
Hello.
I will say, though, that since you went to all the trouble of waking me up, you must really, really love to test.
I do.
I love it too. There's just one small thing we need to take care of first.
Whee! God. What a great character. She's so cool. Oh, an ad's starting soon. Whee! Whee!
Here we are. The incinerator room.
Let's
Be
go.
careful not to trip over any parts of me that didn't get completely burned when
Okay.
you threw them down here. The dual portal device should be around here
Cube.
somewhere. Once you find it, we can start testing, just like old times.
Oh! Fire! There it
There
is.
it is. Hold on.
Woo.
There. Good. You have the dual portal device. There
Let's
should be
go.
a way back to the testing area up ahead. Once testing starts, I'm required by protocol to keep interaction with you to a minimum. Luckily, we haven't started testing yet. This will be our only chance to talk.
Ah.
Do you know the biggest lesson I learned from what you did? I discovered I have a sort of black box quick save feature.
Whee!
In the event of a catastrophic failure, the last 2 minutes of my life are preserved for analysis. I was able, well, forced really, to relive you killing me again and again, forever.
I'm so sorry,
You
babe.
know, if you'd done that to somebody else, they might devote their existence to exacting revenge. Luckily, I'm a bigger person than that.
I'm sorry,
I'm happy to put
GLaDOS.
this all behind us and get back to work. After all, we've got a lot to do, and only
do.
60 more years to do it. More or less. I don't have the actuarial tables in front of me. But the important thing is you're back.
I'm
with
back.
me. And now I'm on to all your little tricks. So there's nothing to stop us from testing for the rest of your life. After that,
Yippee!
who knows? I might take up a hobby. Reanimating the dead, maybe.
Reanimating the dead. Interesting. Hee Chapter 2. Alright, I think I'll do one more chapter.
Sorry about the mess. I've really let the place go since you killed me. By the way, thanks for that.
Sarcasm self-test complete.
Oh good,
Alrighty.
it's back online. I'll start getting everything else working while you perform this first simple test. Which
Sure.
involves deadly lasers, and how test subjects react when locked in a room with deadly lasers.
Deadly lasers. Pew pew. Into the soup. Whee!
Not bad. I forgot how good you are at this.
I'm
You
very
should
good
pace
at this.
yourself, though. We have a lot of tests to do.
Yeah, I know. It's not my fault my brain is so huge, GLaDOS. My brain is so huge. Alright,
This
let's
next
go.
test involves discouragement redirection cubes. I just finished building them before you had your, well,
Oh, excuse me.
episode.
Dumb.
So now we both
Whee!
get to see how they work. There
Wheatley,
should
are
be
you over
one
here?
in the corner.
Hey, buddy. Boom. There we go. Let's go. Ah, shit, I didn't place that well enough. It needs to be over here. Beautiful. There we go. Ad's about to start. Shit. There we go.
Well done. Here
Let's
come
go.
the test results.
You
You are a horrible person. That's what it says. A horrible person. We weren't even testing for that.
Ew. Oh.
Don't let that horrible person thing discourage you. It's just a data point. If it makes you feel any better, science has now validated your birth.
I'm gonna save real quick. Oh, it just saved.
Mother's decision to abandon you on a doorstep.
Alright, so many lasers. Laser, I hardly know her. I'm sorry, everyone. I'd like to apologize. There we go. One. Hold on. I'm thinking. I'm using my noggin. Oh, okay. Oh, ad moment. See y'all soon. Okay. How do we do this? And we gotta get it in there too. Yes. Oh.
Congratulations. Not
I
on
see.
the test. Most people emerge from suspension terribly undernourished. I want to congratulate you on beating the odds and somehow
A very short
managing to
90
pack on
seconds.
a few pounds.
Weird. Sometimes the ads are shorter. I mean, some people might be getting longer ads. I don't know how the Twitch ad algorithm works. It's weird. And it sucks. Haha.
One moment.
One moment.
You are navigating these test chambers faster than I can build them. So feel free to slow down and
Alright.
do whatever it is you do when you're not destroying this facility.
Whee. Okie dokie. Well, ad break's over. Yippee! Welcome back, everyone. Oh, hello. Welcome back, everyone. It's good to see y'all. I hope you had a nice break. Oh, I see. I see. Let's go.
I'll give you credit. I guess you are listening to me. But for the record, you don't have to go that slowly.
GLaDOS. I was so fast. I was so speedy fast. Please don't make fun of me. Oh, yeah, I think I'm gonna end stream when this chapter is done. I don't remember exactly how long it is, but... oh well.
This next test involves the Aperture Science
Ah,
aerial
yes.
faceplate. It was part of an initiative to investigate how
These
well
are
test
so fun.
subjects could solve problems when they were catapulted into
Whee!
space. Results were highly informative. They could not. Good luck.
Whee! Whee! I love the faith plates. They're so fun.
Here's an interesting fact. You're not breathing real air. It's too expensive to pump this far down. We just take carbon dioxide out of a room, freshen it up a little, and pump it back in. So you'll be breathing the same room full of air for the rest of your life.
Yummy.
I thought that was interesting.
Yummy, yummy. Yummy fake air. Delicious. I love it.
Let's
I love
see
it, I
what
love
the
it.
next test is. Oh, advanced aerial faith plates.
Ah, hell yeah.
Well, have fun soaring through the air without a care in the world. I have to go to the wing that was made entirely of glass and pick up 15 acres of broken glass. By myself.
By myself. Whee! 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 Oh, fuck. I don't remember how to get into the secret room here. It's up here somewhere. I think it dropped me over here. Yeah, yes. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Eee! Scoot. There we go.
Oh, sorry. I'm still cleaning out the test chambers, so sometimes there's still trash in them, standing around, smelling and being useless. Try to avoid the garbage hurtling towards you.
Man. Man. There it comes. And beautiful.
Remember before when I was talking about smelly garbage
Hey.
standing around being useless?
I got an
That
achievement.
was a metaphor. I was actually talking about you. And I'm sorry. You didn't react at the time, so I was worried it sailed right over your head, which would have made this apology seem insane. That's why I had to call you garbage a second time just now.
She is so pissed. But you know what? I don't blame her. I still love her.
Did you know that people with guilty consciences are more easily startled by loud noise? I'm sorry. I don't know why that went on.
That one is
Anyway,
so
just
funny.
an interesting science fact.
Oh man, I hate this one. Ready? I'm sorry, little guy.
Did
I gotta
accidentally
sacrifice
fizzle that
you.
before you could complete the test? I'm sorry.
Give me another one.
Go ahead and grab another one.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh, no. I fizzled that one too. Oh well. We have warehouses full of the things. Absolutely worthless. I'm happy to get rid of them.
Man. Oh, hi, Wheatley. I don't remember if I knew he was there. Okie dokie. Cube. Oh, it's singing. It's singing. Alright, we need to fling over here. Fling! Alrighty, and then we need to fling over here. Yeet. And then, in this chamber, you can bring the cube with you. But then something happens.
Every test chamber is equipped with an emancipation grill at its exit, so that test subjects cannot smuggle test objects out of the test area. This one is broken. Don't take anything with you.
No! Oh
I
god!
think that one was
I
about
spin
to
so
say,
fast.
I love you. They are sentient, of course. We just have a lot of them.
Why? 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 Man. Man. Okay. How long is this chapter?
This next test involves emancipation grills. Remember, I told you about them in the last test area that did not have one.
Yes. Oh.
Oh no, the turbines again. I have to go. Wait, this next test does require some explanation. Let me give you the fast version. There.
Oh.
If you have any questions,
Oh,
just
shit.
remember what I said in slow motion. Test
Yeah,
on
I'll
your
remember.
own recognizance. I'll be right back.
I'll remember, I'm sure. How do I get back over there? I don't remember how to do this one. Wait, what's this do? Oh, sick. Sick, we got a cube. Here we go. Pew pew. Oh. Game lag. Oops. Yippee! We did it! I am so smart. I am so smart. This game makes me feel so smart and so stupid at the same time. Alright, there's chapter 3. And I think that that's a perfect time to end stream. Game saved. We'll exit to main menu. And I'll quit the game. Quit. Tunes back on. And let's switch over to the ending scene. Alrighty, gamers. I'm getting so many pings. So many pings. Okay. Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. I really, really appreciate y'all. And I hope you had fun with me. I had so much fun. I love Portal. You guys know that. I love streaming, and I love you guys. Yeah, thank you. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you had a lot of fun. Excuse me. Next stream will be on Wednesday at 2 p.m. I'll be doing some art. Excuse me, I keep burping. I'm so sorry. But yeah, we're gonna go raid a friend of the channel. Alrighty. Copy and paste whichever raid message works for you. And we are gonna go say hi to Rosie. Rosie's so sweet. She's one of my mods. I'm one of her mods. And yeah, she's playing some Stardew Valley right now. So yeah, go be nice to Rosie. I hope you had a great time with me today. I hope I put a smile on your face. And yeah, I'll see you Wednesday for an art stream. So yeah, take care everyone. Have a great day. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.